Welcome back, Gateway. It's good to be with you again. Today I thought we would talk about hiring and what some of the requirements or markers are for making a good hire. There are any number of issues that people might want to consider as they evaluate their new potential employees, but I think that there's a handful of ideas that could really help you make good choices. Willow Creek spends a fair amount of time thinking about the following things. They call them the 4 C's: character, competence, chemistry, and culture. So let's run through those real fast. Character, I think the idea thought about or being addressed in the character issue is just, does this individual display the kind of character and integrity that you would want to partner with or you would expect matches the kind of integrity and character at Gateway? And if they do, you might be on to a decent hire. The next one would be chemistry. And this one is often overlooked. People think, well, if the individual is skilled enough and can accomplish the work that's required, then we can get around issues of chemistry or whether I like them or not. But the bottom line is you spend so much of your time interacting with these people every day that it would be helpful if you could get along with or have chemistry with the folks that you're going to hire. So take that seriously into account. The next issue would be competence, and of course that's a high value. We want to make sure that the individual who is potentially going to be hired truly has some competence in the areas that are required. Can they fulfill the role that is being developed or described for them? Does the job description and their abilities match? Can they do what they're being asked to do? Do they have the competence? And then finally, the final C there is culture, and that's a new ad for Willow. They've put that in recently, and it's because they feel that bringing an individual in that is not dipped in or colored with a similar culture to what already exists in the organization can be challenging. And so it's important to consider what the culture of the individual might be like and how well you get along with them. If their culture is, or if their individuality is quirky and fun, that's easy to get along with. But if it's quirky and prickly, that could be a little bit challenging. So you really want to consider all of the elements there. A second batch of thoughts or ideas to consider are the areas concerning experience. So thoughts about skill, experience, or even knowledge. And so just some very directed questions addressing the ideas of what past experience do you have in this particular area or doing this kind of work, or what knowledge have you acquired about the area that you're about to be hired for? And then finally, what skill do you have, whether directly related to doing this kind of work or not in the past, that could speak to this job description. Those 3 areas are worth considering too, because sometimes you can find somebody with great character, great chemistry, fits with the culture, and yet their experience and their skill level is low enough that it could be a real challenge if you hired that person. So consider those 3 ideas too. And then obviously, as the strengths doctor, I would have to throw strengths into the picture, not as a prescribing way to say, well, we won't hire them if they don't have responsibility or something like that, but as a way to say, how does their strengths mix fit in with the rest of our team? And is it complementary? Is it a duplicate of the mix of strengths that we already have? Are we just hiring ourselves again? Or is this a new fit that will bring new insight and additional facets of color to our potential hire or to our potential investment here that will be an augmentation, a benefit, an add to our team? So that particular conversation is easy to do once you know their strengths, and so give them the assessment when you get down to the last 1 or 2 folks and you're making a decision between the last couple, and then just feel confident that the choice that you make will have been based on all of those criteria and that you've selected the most appropriate candidate as a result. And I think from that point on, it's just a matter of investing in them and leading them purposefully, because all of us that have signed up to work with God and with a body of people, his desire is to make a significant difference and to make a strong contribution in the world around us. Hope that was helpful. Good to talk with you again. We'll see you again next week. Bye.